Hello there, welcome to Gents Models. My name is Boy Waldron and welcome to this inbox review. We're going to be taking a look at the US Navy F-4J Jolly Rogers Phantom. This is by Academy and it is in 1/48 scale. Now this kit is around about 10 years old, new tooled in 2012. It's going to cost you about £55 as well, RRP in the Genesis model store. So let's take a look. There is quite a bit of plastic in here, and I mean, let's face it, it's a Phantom. We all love a good Phantom. Lovely box art just on there, as it shows a couple of markings as well just on the sides there. So let's get this opened up. Right, so first off, we will start off with we have the canopy actually straight on the top, so let's just take a look at this. Right, quick sort of look on the cameras, get you in a bit sort of closer. It is looking rather nice and shiny. We can see that little seam line, so yes, it's sort of scraping that off and polishing it back up. Again, I'll put it up to the light as always. Yeah, it's a nice crystal clear canopy, absolutely no problems with that one just there. We then have our first kind of bit of surface detail just to see what this kit's all about. Now you will notice, I mean, try and get past the whole different colour plastic. Yeah, just prime your model up when it's all nice and built. But yeah, surface detail, first bit just to start off with. I mean, yes, we've got recessed panel lines, recessed rivets. There does seem to be a nice amount of it. The surface, I mean, it looks with the naked eye a little bit rough, but it does actually feel rather nice and smooth, in all fairness to that. Flip that over, no problems there as well. The underside, right, and this is in the white plastic now. Again, the surface detail looking well detailed all the way through. Sort of looking at the looking like the Hasegawa kind of construction one as well so far. Right, so there's the underside surface detail. We look like we have some cockpit tub detail there, just some buttons, a little bit of detail going on with that. Actually some nice detailed wheel well doors, right? We've got is that right? Yeah, raised rivets going on there, so that's going to look cool. More wheel well doors, again recessed panel lines. Flip this over, fingers crossed on the ejector pin marks. Yeah, I mean, you can just see they've got little ejector pin marks. Let's try and get you on camera a bit better. You can just sort of see those ejector pin marks. I can see one right there, we got one there and one there. You could cover them up. The landing gear is going to be in the way. I mean, we've got some more, as you can see. I mean, that one's actually raised a bit there. A couple of ejector pin marks in those kind of places you don't want them. A little bit of a shame. Maybe a little bit of work there, or just ways of just trying to hide and get around them. So that was a bit of the surface detail. We've got some of our bit of our tail section just here again. Same sort of level of detail, nice little rivets going on with that. Flipping this over, looking good that side. We have some pylons, which actually these pylons have got a load of lovely detail on there. They will look very nice on the model indeed. Moving along, then we have some more different coloured plastic here with what's like a gunmetal kind of plastic. So we've got all our kind of metally parts, which hopefully you'll agree that is pretty nicely detailed indeed. I mean, I suppose, you know, I mean, you wouldn't spend this much money to give it a kid for them just to glue it together, and you know, all the colours are kind of there without spraying and painting. Maybe you would, I don't know. But anyway, we have our exhausts. As you can see, really nice detail going on with them exhausts. Even looking down our exhaust just there, look, what a nice bit of detail there. Some fans and stuff. Again, the detail is all there. The arrestor hook, recessed panel lines and stuff. Oh, is that oh, we've got two different types, I think, exhaust here. I think that's the RAF one, if I I'm not mistaken. No, maybe it's not. Don't know. But yeah, different types of exhaust there either way. And then we have our wheels looking rather plain. Ejector seat, right? Actually, nice detail inside there. Okay. Here's our internal detail. Actually, that is pretty cool, right? Lots of detail buttons and all sorts going on with that. Do we have the front part of our instrument display panel? Not seeing it there. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here is all our instrument display panel detail, and there is bags and bags on it of it. Actually, rather impressive on the amount of detail that is on there. Really good. Do like that. The cockpit should actually probably look really nice with all that detail. We have, let's get this out of the bag just here, a bit more. We've got crew as well, which is rather a nice little touch. Our big fuel tanks just here. We have a probably a ground crew person just there, which does, or one of the pilots on the outside. Loads of detail, glasses, mouth, nose. You can sort of see it all. He's holding his helmet by the looks of it there. Really nice touch. Bit of hubcap detail just there as well. This is, oh, I forget what this is. It's the pylon sort of MG that you can have under there. I think the RAF used that one. We got the landing gear just here as well. You know, shall we say the seam lines are looking not too shabby on there. No real flash going on. Oh, actually, one of the main pieces that seems to have slipped is the actual fuselage itself, kind of almost in one whole piece there, which is a little bit different compared to the Hazageri, which we kind of put together in one. If we try and have a look at it, what you'll notice is it's almost as if they've kind of joined it together for you themselves. You can actually feel the seam line, the join line there, and then it kind of goes into a big rectangle going all the way down here. You can just feel that slight little rise of a join line, right? So I mean, even though you haven't had to kind of bring it together, fill sand yourself, because they've done it on a manufacturing sort of level, I think you might just be able to see, like, you've got two lines there, you've got a recess, and then you'll feel like almost a slight little raise, a little join line there. That's potentially something you just want to sand and knock back a little bit, and then because you're probably going to be sanding that, you might have to do a little bit of rescribing along there. So advantages and disadvantages, you either love it or you hate it, but either way, you know, that surface detail is looking pretty nice and crisp. Even going round to the 90-degree angles and stuff, you know, it's not fading. I was saying not fading, but maybe, is it a little smidge, bit of a fade in there, but not too bad actually, just a smidge there. So maybe a little double check, maybe a slight little bit of rescribing. Then we have, to be fair, just a bunch of bags. I'll kind of speed this up, there's no need to sort of get it all out, but yeah, there's a few little bits and bobs in here, a couple of different nose cones for different versions, no biggie. Then there is a whole bunch of weapons. I mean, admittedly, we're looking at a lot of sidewinders, a lot of sparrows, whole bunch of free-fall bombs. I mean, crikey, is that really going to be, like, how many sidewinders? 8? 16? No, yeah, I mean, yeah, there's like 16, 20 different sidewinders, but there's lots and lots of different versions. So that's kind of cool that they've got all the different versions of sidewinders you can have. So loads and packed out there. We have, in this one, we have a pilot as well. So you've got two exactly the same sprues. So you've got two pilots to go in there. And, you know, what looks to be and about 12 free-fall bombs as well. It looks like you got the triple ejection rack system and the bigger version of that as well. So packed out with weapons, to be fair, really nice. Then we have all our other little bits going on with this. So yes, we do get, let's bring you in a little bit closer now, we do get what is our kind of mounting our weapons on here and the different configurations and stuff, which is nice to see them have all that. And we do have all that weaponry to put on there. So there we go, a couple of nice ways of doing that, which is cool. Then we have nice sort of fold out PC, which kind of shows you two markings on here. Anything on the back? Oh yeah, so you've got two markings, loads and loads of stencils. You know, it's going to take a bit. These are Phantoms. They had loads and loads of stencils on them anyway. Looks like a nice easy paint scheme, in all fairness. White on underneath, grey on top. Just get those natural metal finishes nicely with the exhaust area. But yeah, really cool markings, and everyone loves the Jolly Rogers. Everyone wants to do those markings, so rather good. Then we have the decals or decals, depending what continent you're on. And as you can see, we do have these big sort of decals just along here, which is kind of cool. Saves you doing all that spraying and stuff. Some of them may be a little bit tricky to put on, but you know, they are printed in Italy by Cartograph, so they should go well with micro, sol and set. But yeah, you know, yeah, I mean, it's Cartograph. I mean, you know, you can sort of read all the writing, even getting zoomed in on it. You know, the colors are good. Really nice to have them. So then the instructions, is a quick look at how this is going together. So yes, really kind of already I'm seeing a nice layout here showing you all the different colors for our instrument display panel, bringing our cockpit all together. This is a fold out instructions rather than the booklet style. But yes, doing our wheel well walls and bringing our two wing sections together, pretty easy so far by the looks of it. This is probably going to be a bit of a fit issue. You know, when we slide in the front half of the fuselage to the rear half of the fuselage, you know, there's probably going to be a bit of a, maybe a bit of a fit issue, not a fit issue, but like you're gonna see the join line, right? So you know, test fit, maybe a bit of sanding and stuff and rescribing around there, maybe, you know, to just get it look like it's not two pieces coming together basically. Then we have the fuselage coming in on top of that. So, you know, not looking too bad. That might not be too bad. I mean, you know, again, test fit, fingers crossed it should go well. You know, I've got the ejector seats there. Just show you how to paint the pilot as well, which is rather cool. Moving along, we have the exhaust. I know with the Hasegawa kit, the exhaust was a little bit of an issue going on here. So hopefully, you know, Academy's kind of addressed that and fixed that part. Then it's getting you to fit, you know, where our exhaust end is just there. And then it's kind of putting on all our tail bits and stuff. Does look like we can have ailerons in a different position, which is rather cool. It would have been nice to maybe have saw a bit more stabilizers and all that kind of stuff being able to have in different positions for different poses. We do get to have our air brakes open or close, which is rather cool. Landing gear obviously open or close. Then we have all our weapons and pylons, pretty easy. Canopy open or closed, and there you go. So yes, it is a £55 kit, which you know is a bit of money, but you know what, there is a lot of plastic in there. There's a lot of weapons in there, you know, top-notch decals in there as well. You know, the surface detail does look pretty damn spot on. I mean, if this kit goes together rather well, it's yeah, I'd say it's definitely a big thumbs up. And for all you Phantom lovers out there, you know, this is one of those kits you want to go off and try, especially when you kind of tech Hasegawa. They're getting a bit, the Hasegawa Phantoms are getting a bit old in the tooth. So yes, definitely a big thumbs up here at Genesis Models, and hopefully you've enjoyed this, and whether I'll kind of let you know whether you want to buy it or not. But as always, until next time, my name's Wild Waldron, Genesis Models, and I'll catch you later.